Good morning, everyone. Yes, it's me again. And guess what? It's been another 24 hours that I've basically been up all night. I actually went to sleep for about 2.5 hours, and that is great. I absolutely took no medicine last night, and I just got out of the shower. You know, I said I'm going to try again to document what I'm dealing with so that I could put a book together. And it is hard to deal with the heat temperature, but I just went to ChatGPT to put in how I was feeling and stuff, and basically it says that the reason why I managed 2 years without bipolar medicine and without going to the hospital is that I basically had a routine. I kept my stress down to the most I could, although I was still stressed out about a few things. But this time now, it is so hard to sleep when sweat is just busting out of my skin and stuff like that. So I did manage to get a little bit of sleep, and if I had taken my sleep medicine and gone to sleep, I would have woken up a few times in a puddle of cold wetness on my pillow, where I would have been my mood would have been different, and my reaction to the hot flashes and the sweating would have been so severe, and the depth of my sleep would have been so much to where I could have hurt myself. So I said I have to take a few days to monitor how I'm actually feeling. I really and truly wanted to go for a walk this morning, but it is so crowded out there. You can't find not even a street that just no one is on, that you can just walk and have without having to move over because somebody's this and move it into the step into the grass, and it is horrible. It's just so congested out here. So I said, I can't do my exercise. I haven't worked out in a few days. It is so hot that when I do my rowing machine, within like 19 reps or maybe 10 reps, I'm exhausted from the heat temperature in my body. So what I am gonna do is my vibration board. I'm gonna stand on it for a few minutes and let that work. But I am so happy that I do have access to that vibration board, because when I had to walk up 12 flights of stairs, boys and girls, I was not in pain. So what I'm doing now is just folding up my clothes that I washed, and it's amazing how I just recycle the same clothes over and over. So I actually went into my drawer and took out a shirt that I haven't worn and some bottoms that I haven't worn. I'm wearing pajamas, right? I just wish I was able to just get me some more pajamas, I want the shorts, and you have to literally go into Walmart to find those. But now I think they have only the long ones, and I don't need the long ones. But it is what it is. At this very moment, my stomach is on fire. Now, my doctor said that burning is fibromyalgia. In my mind, that's a signal of hunger. So I'm gonna have to find me something to eat. And I'm thinking of putting a can of sweet peas in my blender. I have a small little blender, and making myself some split pea soup, but I don't have any meat to put in it other than maybe some sausage, but maybe that's a try. So I don't know what it is, why I'm getting into enjoying, like a soupy meal rather than something with some bite to it, like I love. But I also feel like making myself some fried chicken, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to eat too many fried meals. I have nothing against fried meals. I can eat a fried meal every day. But whatever it does to your body for the long term, I do eat a lot of fried chicken. So I said I may give myself a break today. But, I wanted to shave my head today, but then I said I'm going to wait, because a part of me wants to see how long I can go without fibromyalgia hurting my scalp to where I could possibly, I don't know, grow this crap that on my head for the winter just for a little while, just because I want to see something. But one of the things that makes me absolutely happy is when I shave my head. I feel good when I shave it. It gives me some. I don't know, some good feeling. I guess because every time I shave my head, I realize I don't need to buy shampoo. And it gives me a frugal, good feeling. But it is what it is. Right now, I need to put a glove on my hand and put some pain medicine on my feet because my feet hurt. And I need to purchase some stickable tiles so I can take this carpet off my floor. This carpet is hurting my feet. So I'm gonna get me my glove, and I just folded up some socks that I just washed, but I'm gonna unfold up these. I love these socks, boys and girls. I love these socks. And get me some pain medicine. Put it on my feet. This my friend gave me this, but if my feet wasn't hurting right now, I would be in my other room getting the yellow and white bottle. That's the one that I would like to put on my feet, but aspirin, yes, but I can't walk in there right now. My feet is the heel is on the floor, and the rest of the foot is up in the air to keep me from touching the floor. So, boys and girls, sometimes I look at my life and what I have to go through, and I say to myself, I can't live like this any longer. I've lived enough. Then I say to myself, I've made it through some of these storms that I'm dealing with. And then I say to myself, I can do it. I can do it another day. So it is what it is. I got to put a little Vaseline on my dry lips. They keep peeling. I was telling my daughter, which is 30 minutes away from home, so she'll be walking through the door in a little while. She said, "Mommy, you gotta put some Vaseline on your mouth." So I'm sitting in front of the Vaseline. I actually put Vaseline on my feet with this pain lotion, and it helps me. But I don't believe that this medical one works like aspirin. I think I get longer usage out of aspirin. So I'm gonna put this on only because I can't walk to the other room right now. But aspirin knocks it out like instantly, and aspirin keeps the pain away a little longer. This stuff here is, and I like the scent of aspirin. I was putting aspirin on my feet the other day, and my friend said, "That smells." I said, "Yeah, I just happen to love the smell, don't you?" I wanted to say, "Would you like to leave now?" Because you asking like you acting like you want the doorknob. Ain't nobody making you stay in here. But today, see this heat is messing with me now because my fibromyalgia pain is coming, and that's because extreme heat and extreme cold is not good for fibromyalgia. And I kid you not, the screaming is going to start again. My arm is burning right here, just right here, and that's because of the heat in here. I am doing everything in my power not to complain about the heat. I'm making do with solutions to the problem. I'm not going to ask them to turn my heat down any longer. I asked already for the last 2 years. They came upstairs. They turned it down the best they can. They can't get it. Obviously, they can't get it any lower than it is. But when they lowered it, my temperature on the wall says 80. There should be no 80 degrees in here in the wintertime. So and it is definitely cold outside now because of how hot it is in here. I get a false sense of temperature out there because my windows are wide open. You don't see that curtain moving. There is no cross breeze coming this way. When I turn off this video, I will turn on my fan. My fan is loud, so I don't want to put that on while I'm doing my video. I'm doing everything in my power not to complain because it could be the other way. So, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm sitting here thinking that my Medicaid might be cut off in a few days, and I was trying to go to the dentist. I was trying to go to the dentist in a few days to work on my partial, but I don't know what's going to happen. I did get a refund from an item, and it hit my account this morning, and I took that and sent it right to my landlord. Yes, I did. Sent it right to my landlord. And today I'm going to work on some more of the tote bags. I'm gonna actually go into my craft room, and I'm gonna move and shake something in there. I have to. I just broke a nail putting on the sock. Just broke a nail. You know what I'm gonna do? My nails. I'm just gonna chop the whole nail off. I'm just gonna chop the whole nail off. I don't even feel like sanding it to get it. I'm just gonna chop all of them off. Just chop all of them off. I am so fed up with uh, one break, and I'm just gonna chop them all off. Let them grow back from the beginning. Just let them all grow back. Sometimes I get tired of going through the okie dokie with these crafts. Look at this nail right here. So nice, so nice. I'm just gonna chop the whole nail off. I get tired of if I hit something, they break, and this one here just started growing back, so I like that one, but I'm gonna chop it all off. So I guess I have a reason to sweep now, huh? Yep, yes I do. I have never in my life thought my nails would even grow this long, but now that I'm taking collagen, they grow so fast. So now I just chop them all off, and I just start all over. Cut my thumb a little bit lower. And now my thumb and all of my nails are off. I'm getting tired of them when I fall, they hit something. So now I have nails on my floor to pick up. So my plan for today is to go in my craft room and do a little bit of moving and shaking in there to make some use. Now I had purchased a bunch of ropes, dog ropes from a wholesaler. I don't actually know where the animal shelter is, but I'm going to Google. And although I'm just about at half a tank of gas, and I don't like to drive my car with half a tank of gas. I like to be above half a tank of gas. I said if I can find the shelter and it's close to two destinations that I have to make, then I will drop all of the ropes on. Just leave it in front of the door. I'm not going to knock on the door and all that other stuff. I don't have time for that. So I said I would do that. If not, I'm sorry to say, but I have absolutely no use for them. I've taken them to the table events, and no one wants the ropes. They're really good ropes. They're really strong ropes. I like the ropes. I have no other crafting option I can use them for. They are absolutely just taking up space. Taking up space. I don't actually know anyone outside of my sister that has a dog, and she already has um, one of the ropes. So I don't know what to do with them. So I need to get them out of here, and then I'm going to come in this room and possibly mop the floor. Mopping the floor is okay. I haven't had anyone in here basically this whole month outside of my daughter, and she doesn't wear shoes in here, so I really don't have to mop. But just to give me something and some form of structure for the day, I'm going to mop the floor. I'm going to mop the kitchen. I'm going to mop both the bathrooms. It takes a swivel of the mop across the floor, and that's it. I'm going to take down these blinds. Now I did open up a bed in a bag type of thing, but it was a bedspread. I actually wanted to put up the curtains because the curtains were gold and black. So I almost put up the curtains because it came with two gold and black with the butterflies on it, and then it came with two gray, so I could have really did the window, and then the spread was gold and black all over, and it was beautiful. But there was some type of feeling I got on my hand that was dirty, like a chemical or something. So I quickly took the picture for the review and completely just folded it back up. It was not a comforter or a bed. It was not a comforter or a duvet. So I didn't want to keep it. So and plus it was king size, which was okay if I was willing to toss it on that side of the bed and let it hang down extra long over there. But because it was a bed spread, I don't like bedspreads, and it was completely, it wasn't soft, and like this right here I can actually sleep. This is my pillow that I sleep on, so this right here is nice and soft. But I don't know how people sleep on rough bedding. You know what I'm saying? So, and what I actually have to do today, if possible, is open up some drawers to see if I can find the actual sheet to this, to change the sheet that's on my bed, because this bed, this sheet has little beads on it. So I don't know how y'all. I know somebody know what I mean about sheets with beads on it. It feel like you have trash on the bed on a regular basis. So sometimes I eat a little bit of fried chicken in my bed, or I might eat a little cracker or something, and then I feel like I left some residue on my bed. But it is what it is. I am going to sit here and watch me 2 episodes of my show. Now I don't know. They must have updated it over the course of the 2 hours I went to sleep, because when I started watching the series, it was 8 episodes. When I woke up this morning and I turned it on, it was 10 episodes, and I was like, I hope this has more than 8 episodes, because there's a secret that is supposed to come out and it's not yet ready to come out. So I'm like, oh, please tell me they have more episodes. And then this morning I saw there was 10. But I want to watch CBS so bad. CBS has all the good shows, and I would have to pay to watch CBS. And I'm leaning towards streaming Paramount so I can see CBS, but something tells me that there has to be a way that I can find CBS without having to subscribe to CBS. Now I know if I had someone's cable account, all I would need is the password and sign in, and I could get all their channels. But and my neighbor would downstairs would give it to me. But for some reason, when she gave it to me before, it would cut off the channels every 2 weeks, or every 3 weeks. And she says she doesn't know why it happens, because everyone else she's given a password to has unlimited access to it. So I don't want to go down and ask for it again. And then I had a friend who gave it to me, and then every time she would get mad at someone that she gave it to, she would change the password. So I don't want to deal with that. But I would really like to see CBS, because what is that show? Matlock. I want to see Matlock so bad, because right when it ended the last season, she was busted. She was busted. But I said, now that the season has already started, this was the first month it's been back on. I said, if I wait the whole year, then get Paramount, then I can watch a few series, maybe for like 1 or 2 or 3 months, and then be able to cut it off. But I don't want to play El Cheapo on something that I really want to see. But my daughter did get Netflix for me, and then she got Netflix for herself. So I said, while I have Netflix, let me binge Netflix. And then I have my other free channels like the Roku channel and Tubi, and you know whatever that other show, Pluto. So I have TV to watch, and I'm more than grateful to watch what I'm watching. Anyway, I'm actually feeling quite great. Like, I had 8 full hours of sleep, but it's not gonna last long. Maybe in about 2 hours, I'm gonna be yawning my head off, and I'm gonna need to lay down and take another nap, because that's all I did get was a nap. I did cry quite a few sessions between the last video and this video here. Every 5 minutes I broke down and cried. Every 5 minutes I broke down and cried. So now the crying is back, but it's gonna be here to stay, because I'm not on any depression medicine. So I got tired of crying, and then I actually, I don't know if you know what it feels like to miss someone, but you don't want to be with the person. I struggled so long parting ways in kindness, that now that I did part ways, I'm thankful. So I keep on praying, just help me get through the missing stage, so I can stay on the path of being by myself. But leaving, I did it in a bad way, and that's why I was crying, because I felt bad about the way I did it. If I would have just went silent, but to hear someone call me and say, you didn't tell me why and you just walked away. I have a tendency of just walking away, and it's not good. People need closure. I don't like confrontation, though, so it is what it is. I'm going to also sanitize my phones. I have this phone here. I'm going to sanitize this phone. I'm going to sanitize both my house phones and then my cell phone. I like to take an alcohol wipe every, couple of days and wipe my phone down. Now, my cell phones I wipe down more frequently than every couple of days because I use them when I'm recording or when I'm sitting down. Sometimes, if I could possibly locate my other phone, it would possibly be nice. But that's a plan of mine, and I don't know too much else I can do, but I do have to have some form of progress and some form of structure to help me not fall down into bipolar symptoms and stuff like that. And hopefully my phone doesn't ring. Maybe just one more call from my daughter, and after that, maybe no more calls for the day. I'm that person that doesn't want the phone to ring, but that's it. I have some dusting I could possibly do. It, uh-oh! I just dusted a couple days ago. Look at that fur ball right there. Oh yeah, I got something to do. I got me one of them things you take and you do that, but I don't know how to wash it because it doesn't come apart. So, and then I was thinking, I like I mentioned, I had got a refund, a $10.01 refund, and I was thinking I could go to the store, and pick up something that I could possibly need, like maybe a couple bottles of barbecue sauce or something like that. But I said no. I sent it straight to my landlord because I don't know what's going on in a couple of days. But I got a breeze, like a cool breeze that just hit my legs. But why couldn't it hit me up here? This is where the hot flashes are. Up here. My friend is suffering terribly with hot flashes, but her hot flashes are in her ears. Ah! Who on the earth has hot flashes? Can you imagine laying down and your ear is burning up? But my hot flashes mainly in the back of my head and like above here. But when I'm laying down, it feels like all of this is a 50 million degree oven. And I think one or two of my pillows are those cooling pillows. They don't work unless there's no pillowcase on the pillow, and I have about two, sometimes three pillowcases on each pillow because I like my I'm not gonna go into that. Y'all already know I'm a funny style person. So, and I'm going to clean both my toilets. I'm going to clean both my toilets. Now, I cleaned my toilets yesterday, and I did not clean my toilets at midnight like I like to clean my toilets at midnight because I was busy doing my crafting bags in there. So I'm going to get up and clean both my toilets, and I'm going to possibly get on my knees and clean out both my tubs. That will give me something to do. But I don't want to go in my kitchen for anything because I already cleaned off the stove. I already washed my dishes. Now I already cleaned off my counter as much as I'm going to clean off my counter because yes, it could be a little bit more tidier, but I don't want to make it a little bit more tidy because I'm going to go in there and mess it up again. So I'm trying not to repeat bad behavior. If I do go in there and do something, I want to take it and get rid of it so I don't have to clean it again. That's the method to the madness, but I can't keep getting rid of stuff and then turn around and need it again. So there goes that. I have 4 samples coming in a few days. I already chose 3. I put 2 love seats in my shopping cart. Ow! I put 2 love seats in my shopping cart because I have a 3-seater in my living room, and that is a little bit too much seating for someone who doesn't really have company. So I saw 2 love seats that I want. So I'm thinking if I list the long couch, but I do know of someone who doesn't have living room furniture. I would hate to offer it to someone and then have to be the one to deliver it. You may think I'm a bad person, but don't think I'm a bad person because I wouldn't want to have to deliver it. very funny about my vehicle, and plus I have no way to put it in my vehicle anyway. It does fold down. I mean, it does come apart and all that other stuff. So, but I'm thinking one, both love seats are shaped a little differently. One of them is like an outdoor set, so it has some type of wicker around it, but not the traditional wicker. But when I say it has a design on it, and I would really do well with pillows and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to that. And then the other love seat is just a basic love seat that I chose, which is gray. Didn't choose it to take yet, and I won't know if I can get it if it will not still be available until my date of picking my samples. But it would go better with the love seat that I currently have, and it would open up space between the wall and my coffee table. So that's why I would like that. But in the freaking catalog, they have these two kitchen chairs. Oh, they are beautiful. I put that in my shopping cart as well. And then they have this beautiful blue and white ottoman, and it's a round ottoman. And I want to get rid of my glass coffee table because with a fainting condition, it's dangerous to have glass. And that round coffee table in front of that couch there, or the love seat, would open up some of the space that I took away from myself by changing my living room around the way it is now. If I didn't have my TV cornered and I didn't want to watch TV from my crafting table, which is my dining table, I could master some space by putting the love seat on the wall. But instead of putting it on the wall, it's in the center of the living room. So I could actually move the living room around today if I chose to get rid of my TV in the living room, which I don't believe I will do, because to get out of this bed sometimes I go into the living room. But I pull out the living room couch and I lay down on it, extend my legs and everything. But I don't want to be laying down, one lay down to another lay down. And I want to get rid of my love seat that's in here because people think because I have an extra bed that I want a sleepover. I don't. So I'm trying to say to myself, do I sacrifice the comforts of myself being able to sprawl out in the living room, lift my back up and sit down with my legs extended in the living room on the love seat, because I don't want anyone to feel ingratiating themselves to want to, like I need a sleepover, but then I don't want to get rid of it, and then I need it for something, like say someone does need to come over and sleep over, say I need help or something, or I actually do want company for a little while. I don't tend to be that person that needs company, visits. I'm a strange kind of person because I could be by myself forever. I probably would never have a problem. Now, a phone call here and there to that, but that social. I'm not a social butterfly, not at all. And I'm quite amazed at so many people that wonder if something is wrong with them because they prefer not to have company. Just within the last few days, I was reading from people that have literally posted that they don't have company of any kind. When I went to my neighbor's house, when I said, "How often do you mop your floor?" She said, "Not that often because I don't have company." And I know that she goes out, she's social, so that probably helps her, in her aspect of being by herself. But I love being by myself, boys and girls. Do you hear that construction out there? They're digging up the street right outside my house. Right when I went to close my eyes to take a little sleep, the drill. I'm like, oh, now you choose now to come here on my street, and I'm like, but I came in here, laid down, and I was right out. But I suffer from insomnia, so There's days I can go a whole week without sleep, but then I get, dangerous migraines. So I'm not trying to go there. But anyway, I'm going to stop rambling with this video. I have done enough updating for myself, and I'm going to move towards shaking in that kitchen. I need to have something to eat, and I really think that split pea soup, I don't know how I would thicken it, because I need a little bit of thickness to that. I need to I need to feel like I ate, and soup doesn't give me that feeling. So if there's some magic, and I don't have any bread, and I'm not making any bread. I made a mess of my last loaf of bread, so I don't know what I did wrong, and maybe I should make a loaf of bread. I don't know, but I need something to do. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye, and thank you so much for supporting this channel.